What's up, guys? Sterling with Handsome WP here. In this video, we're going to be looking at three specific things. We're going to be looking at number one, how to set a Handsome checkout as your global WooCommerce checkout. So every checkout is going to look good and is going to be stylized and customized. Number two, we're going to take a look at kind of the advanced settings of Handsome checkout. And number three, we're going to take a look at how to add tracking pixels to your checkout pages. So first things first, guys, let's take a look at our advanced settings. We're going to come into our checkouts. We're going to come to My Handsome Checkout, click on Edit, and then we're going to take a look at our advanced settings. Now this is specific to each of our pages, so these can be set per checkout page, which is a good thing to remember. We can add custom CSS, we can add custom JavaScript to the header, to the footer, and then we can add custom footer HTML as well. If we wanted to add a disclaimer or something like that, this is a great place to add that. And then we have our support email. So our support email can be tweaked per page. If need be, we can also set it globally. So let's take a look at our global advanced settings. So here we are on our global advanced settings. You can see we can set that global support email, global support phone. This we're going to come back to in just a second. It's the replace default checkout page. So where you can see it's just not set right now. Replace default order review page. We can do that as well, but that's not set either. We have global custom CSS, a global JS, and then here you can see we have alternative URLs. And I'm going to demo this right now so you can see that if we go to our checkouts, and let's go to our checkouts, we're going to view our checkouts. I actually already changed this, but let's take a look at this URL real quick. So you can see it's checkouts/my handsome checkout. So this URL is going to be set when you create your actual handsome checkout. So say you created my best hoodie, it would say my best hoodie here. But this part that prepends it is going to be set in our settings. So if we go back to our global settings and say we set it to checkout-hs, let's just switch it just for demonstration purposes, and then we're going to save our changes. Now if we come back to our checkouts, let me close that page, refresh because we just updated our URL. Let's open it in a new tab, and you can see it says page not found. But our URL is correct here, and let me show you exactly why. If we look at this setting, it says sometimes when switching our URLs, we might have to update them in our permalinks, just resave our permalink settings. So let's come down to settings, permalinks, and then we will come to our permalinks. We don't have to touch anything, just leave it as is, and then click save changes, and this will automatically make it so that our updated URL structure works, and there is our beautiful checkout. The other options we have is disable abandoned cart. So if you wanted to disable all the abandoned cart functionality, you can click on that, or enable beta updates. If you wanted to get those updates before they're unstable, you could check that and save it as well. So we've checked out all of our advanced settings, guys. Now we're going to take a look at how to set our global checkout. First thing we're going to do is create a new checkout. You can see here we have a checkout called global checkout that I've already created, and we're going to go through the same process as adding a new one. We're going to click create new checkout. We're going to name it, and I'll just name it global checkout for this example, and then we're going to set it as a checkout page, not as a shortcode, but as just a normal checkout page, and then we'll pop into that page because there are a few settings that we have to exclude because this is going to be a global checkout, not just a normal handsome checkout. So number one is we're just going to exclude adding a product. We don't want to have a product pre-populated into our checkout, so we'll just leave this blank. So don't worry about filling out any of this. We do need to select a template. So let's select a template. We'll just pick the minimalist for now. Then if we want to add an order bump, this is going to be a global order bump. So it would be added or have the ability to add this to every checkout on your website. I mean, you may want to do that. It's a great option, but just keep that in mind. It's not going to be specific, like a specific add-on to one product. It will be kind of a global add-on. Next, we can tweak, of course, our template colors. We want to add the fields that we're going to need to add. So if we're selling both physical and virtual products, we'll probably want to make sure that we add in the billing and the shipping to this because we'll want to be collecting that for sending shipping shipping products. Now, if we're just selling virtual, make sure to hide all the ones that you don't want. And just basically, rule of thumb is add the ones you need. Make sure you have the fields you need in there. Hide the ones you don't. Use as few fields as possible. We are going to want to add the order details because this is going to be a dynamic checkout page. People can add and remove different items. We want them to be able to see a line item readout of what they have on their actual checkout page. We are going to add the order details, guys. Make sure you have this checked. This is going to allow people to see the line items in their order, because when they're using as a checkout page versus like an order page per se, we're not pre-adding the products to the cart. They're going to be able to basically build their order, so we want them to be able to see each of the line items that they have on their order. If you were going to use the two-step checkout here, you totally could. Just make sure that you fill out these two-step checkout fields, tweak your button, add your logo, align your logo. We're going to leave the bullet points off because this is not a specific checkout page for a specific product, and these are not dynamic, so we'll just leave those off. We are going to add a testimonial, but we might want to keep these testimonials a little more general. Things like their customer service was fantastic, this product is high quality, things like that. That's not specific to a specific product, because this is going to be a global checkout. Same thing, guys, with our trust points. We want to make sure that we add global trust points, money back guarantee, made in the US, anything like that. Privacy, information secure, all those kinds of things. We want to make sure that we have added in as well. So guys, just to demo what it looks like before we add our handsome checkout, I'm just going to add an item to the cart. I'm going to go to our cart and I'm going to go to our checkout. And this is the default WooCommerce checkout. It's not, there are themes that can make it look a little bit better, but it's just not real appealing out of the gate. It's not customized at all. You can see we still have our info up here so people can navigate away from it if they want. Whereas if you want to kind of keep people on the checkout page, that's not part of the default template for most themes. Let's go back to our settings. And like I mentioned before, we're going to come to our settings. We're going to come down to our replace default checkout page with our global checkout. We're going to select that checkout that we created. We're going to save, and then we'll come back to our checkout page, which is right here, and we will refresh. Now you can see, look at that. Right away, our info was added. Now let's just imagine that we were not selling a physical product, so we could go to our global checkout, which I might already have open. Let's go to our global checkout. Let's come down and we'll remove our billing and phone. We'll just have first and last and email. So let's come down and let's refresh. And we'll kind of compare, guys, our handsome checkout with our global checkout. So let me refresh. So here are some of the major differences that we have in our global checkout. You can notice that now the ability to navigate away from this page is gone. Once people get on the checkout page, the only way they're going to be able to get back is by using the back button. And then if we look at our handsome checkout, you can see we have all of this info about this specific product over here. We don't show items in the cart because they know what they're buying. But if we look at our global checkout, you can see here, they can see they have a red hoodie, they have a t-shirt with a logo. There they're able to see their shipping costs, they're able to see their total, and they're able to fill out and purchase. And you can see all the different things, all the different customizations we added to this. And this is going to load this way for any product that gets added to the checkout. This will become your checkout page. As always, guys, we can swap our templates with one click and an update. So we swap to the two-step. Here's an example of the two-step. Here you see they can put in their first info, takes them to their next step. Here's their payment info and their order info. And then you can see all of the trust seals and templates over here. I just changed my header color to white for my logo. And then, it's just that easy to select a different checkout, template, refresh, and there you go. You get a completely different look every single time. And like I mentioned in the past video, we will be coming out with more templates. These are just our temporary, ones we have live at this moment. Lastly, guys, we're going to take a look at how to add tracking scripts to the website. First thing I want to call your attention to our custom thank you page pro plugin. This is a plugin that we have created. So we'll click add new, and then We will select the product or category that we want. We could just start typing here and it will pull it from our store. So I'm just going to say hoodie with zipper. We can select our custom thank you page that we've created. So I'm going to come down and click thank you for your purchase. And then you'll recognize that we have a tracking code field here. So you could just paste your Google ad or Facebook tracking pixels directly in here. That would load on there. If you're already using a thank you page tracking pixel plugin like Facebook Pixel, Easy Facebook Pixel, or something like that, feel free to keep using those. Nothing will change, and you can continue to use those. If you wanted to set a custom thank you page and not just add the tracking pixel, you could use our custom thank you page pro plugin. Just come to our website, Handsome WP, and then come to our products and thank you and custom thank you pages. We also have another one called Skip Cart, and this will just help you to take people directly to the checkout page, and they will skip the whole cart process if you don't want to have that be part of your user experience. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Once again, Sterling with Handsome WP here. If you like this content, I'm going to be creating a lot more content, especially just WordPress based. A lot of it will have to do with WooCommerce and how to best use your store and best make more money through your WooCommerce store, but a lot of it will just be WordPress based tips and tricks and knowledge and things that we've learned over a decade of working with WordPress. So if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to subscribe, click that thumbs up, helps us out a ton, and I will see you guys in the next video.